What is up?
What's up? What's up?
What's happening? It's your boy Matt P.
Oh yeah, your boy Jeremy Chase.
And this is Parking Lot Parables coming at you with the 26.
Yes, sir. Number 26.
All right, so we always like to get the preliminaries out of the way. We hope everybody had a great week so far.
Yeah. Memorial Day just passed. So
Yep.
Y'all got the grilling. Celebrated. Our troops who have fallen. Oh, well, not celebrated, but give honor and respect to those who fought for our country. Just keep them in your memories as you're going about your day.
Yeah, pray for them. And we hope everybody's maintaining your peace.
Oh yeah.
And your sanity through this time that we are enduring right now.
Oh yeah, definitely gotta do that, man.
This here is making everything different.
Oh yeah.
But most things are opening back up.
Yeah, that's true.
It's in Lowndes County, just in Lowndes County alone, 14 cases in one day.
Oh yeah.
The highest that we've had since the thing started. So that lets you know y'all should be mindful because this thing is not over.
By no means.
By far. So I mean, when you like in big groups and stuff, like I was telling you earlier, bro, it was people was out there fighting in Remington, man. It had to be at least 50 people out there, man. That just was crazy.
Ridiculous. Like
I was like, boy, y'all been out of jail for a week and already cutting up, man.
Man, all that aggression, they just popping off. Like,
God, dog, boy, was y'all not drinking at home? Like, y'all done forgot how to hold y'all liquor?
They had to have something to drink at home to be doing all that.
I was like, they can't hold their liquor no more? Just acting crazy, boy, brawling out there, man.
That's ridiculous, man. Like,
wow, man. Human nature. This thing has, what I hope it has revealed to a lot of people is, our own nature. People, man, we wild out here, man.
I mean, completely wild.
As we said I think we said a couple of episodes prior, talking about like taking a good look at yourself, a good unbiased look at you, and seeing what needs to change. Yeah, it's not the easiest thing to do
at all.
And the first thing you got to do is you got to take a look at some of those insecurities.
Yep.
And that's what we're gonna talk about tonight.
Yes, sir. We're gonna talk about insecurities, and I feel like a lot of our insecurities they stem from when we were children. Whether you got picked on for something, or just on the way the world has their own view of everything. Like those insecurities grow when you're a child. Because one of my biggest insecurities growing up was being fat. Like, bruh, I was picked on hard as a kid. For being big. Like, bruh, it was so bad I would get on the bus and no one would let me sit by him because I was big. And I was like, man. And just to deal with that internally. Because I really didn't, talk to my parents about it. Didn't, discuss with my friends or anyone else. About it. Like, it was something that really bothered me as a child, and I just kept it in until I got older, and I just started dealing with it, trying to lose weight. Even now, I'm focused on trying to lose weight, and now I'm at a point where I'm not so focused on looks as I am in health. Because for a long time I did not like the way I look, man, and those are the main insecurities that we have about ourselves, the way we look, especially to others. And really, you have to have a mindset that you are attractive. You are someone will find you attractive, and you have to find yourself attractive, man, in all aspects. Because if you don't, no one else will.
Rejection will kill you, boy.
Oh yeah.
Handling rejection. See, because a lot of times people don't even realize you're not even getting rejected because of your looks. It might be something else going on.
Oh yeah,
that person just might not be in the right space,
exactly,
mentally and emotionally to be talking to somebody right now.
Yeah, same.
Or or they actually might have a boyfriend. You know, not all women that say, "Nah, I got a man," they ain't lying.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so there's a lot of different things that play in the rejection. But you know, as men, you know, especially when you're heavy set, like us, you know, the first thing your mind to go to, especially when you're younger, is oh man, it's because I'm fat. But a lot of guys who are heavy, you know, that lost the weight, you know, some of them find out that, you know, things ain't really popping like that that they thought it would when they lost weight. You know, because at the end of the day, it's really not about that. Yeah, it really is about character, you know, self-confidence, and being humble. Yeah, and all of these type of things. Yeah, man. You know, and not to say that like losing weight. I feel like anybody who loses weight just to impress somebody, you know, for looks and just to impress somebody, you were like.
That is the wrong person.
That is the worst reason to get in shape. Like, and you know, when you find yourself, I mean, and it does something to people's character too, you know? Yeah. Like, there's an arrogance that develops when they've, you know, they have a chip on the shoulder. Yeah, yeah. You know, because they've lost this weight. Now, you know, you can't tell them nothing. Yeah. You know, they think they the best thing since sliced bread. Like, they just cutting up out here. Yeah. And then somebody hit them, well, you know, it wasn't that long ago. You was old fat mother. Oh, you think you nah, huh? Oh, you think yo don't stink? You know, I'm like, yeah. Hey, I mean, they get that up, you know.
Yeah, they be fat shaming when they were fat. And I'm like,
yeah, I'm like, you know, you was talking about how kids went. You know, I want to say I had a few people try me like that when I was young and wouldn't let me sit with them on the bus. You know what I did?
What was that?
I knocked their stuff over and I sat down on the seat anyway. I was a different kind of fat kid. I ain't gonna lie. I was a fat kid, but I was a different type of fat kid. When somebody came with the fat jokes, I came with your mama jokes. Oh yeah. I clowned everything from their teeth to their haircut to their shoes to their mama. But I ain't care. I was going in. I was rough. I had a mouth on me, boy.
I think when I got to high school, I was like, you know, I'm done with this. So them shots started to fire back.
What? And, like every joke, now thinking back on it, like, you know, I was blessed. You know, we didn't have everything growing up, but my mom did try and make sure that we always like had some decent clothes, really, and stuff like that. So, you know, the first thing when somebody was, you know, I don't know what it is about kids and like having the need to like verbally abuse each other, man. Like they just have to talk about it.
Yeah,
like,
have to tear people down. Like
and some of the most popular kids are some of the most insecure kids in the game. They are the most insecure.
Yeah, and you know what? I think a lot of people have different ways of dealing with their insecurity. Like you said, there's a lot of people who bully because they don't like stuff within themselves. And I think the main thing we have to do when dealing with these insecurities is, one, to talk about it. You know, it's not good to hold anything in.
That's how school shooters start.
Oh yeah, man. Shoot, if you got all that pent up aggression and anger,
they either gonna hurt somebody or they gonna hurt themselves.
Yeah. And you know, there's a lot of cases of people that, you know, cut themselves or do type of things like that because, one, they don't like themselves. They feel like, you know, that no one else likes them. And, you know, it's growing. That's why we have to give people affirmations on when you have children. Affirm your children. Let them know that they're beautiful. Let them know that they're wanted. Let them know that you care about them, that, you know, that they are special and they are somebody, you know. Because when I have a son or daughter, I'm going to be doing it daily. Like, because we all need that in our lives. You know, we talked about love languages a while ago, and even though it may not be one of your top ones, words of affirmation is a big thing that we all need. Whether we know it or not, we all like to be complimented. I know some people like feel embarrassed with compliments, stuff like that, but at the same time, we like hearing that type of stuff.
And it's because of that. I just want to real quick say, bro, I'm proud of you. You always pushing to do better. We've been doing this thing. We 26 in.
Man,
it hasn't been easy.
Oh no,
but we still pushing. You know, you're doing the things with the clothes. You you help folks out.
Yeah, man.
You never ask for anything in return, which is the best way to be. You know, so I just, I'm proud of you. Keep doing what you do.
Appreciate
and don't let nothing change the character that you have.
Appreciate it, bro. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. It's stuff like that will, one, build your character. It will keep your self-esteem at a level like, because a lot of what we feel insecure about is our own mind talking.
Truly.
It really is our own mind. Like, if you're alone by yourself for a long time, you will hate yourself.
Mm-hmm. It's not always good to be lost in your own mind.
Yeah.
You ever be walking like in a public place and you meet eyes with certain people. You meet people you ain't never seen before. And then the person looks at you a little too long, you get to wondering like,
oh yeah,
they looking at me like that. Like, so you start looking at yourself like, like, I mean, them people might be lost in thought.
Exactly.
They might like what they see. I don't know. I mean, but it's not good to let your mind just run off in left field like that, man, because it'll happen.
Oh yeah. You can't. Because I know I was bad at that like a while ago. I would let my mind wander up. Like, well, what does she mean by this? Like,
overthinking is definitely. It's self-destructive. Having a mind that overthinks things, and is constantly analyzing every little thing. That's a very self-destructive behavior. I mean, and at the same time, it's good to not be naive about things. You should always be aware of what's going on within your circle and people that you consider yourself friends with or doing business with. But to overanalyze things, people that you ain't heard from them in a couple of days. Be like,
they got a problem with me.
They got a problem with me. We ain't cool no more.
And man,
you text them acting crazy. I thought we was one. I thought we was Ace Boone cool and all just acting up. Like, nah,
I've been
man.
sick. Like,
sick, man. You ain't text me say, hey, you good?
Okay. And people love to be like, man, you ain't hit me up. I'm like, the phone
bro,
worked
you got
two
2 fingers. You got 10 fingers yourself. What you mean?
Yeah, man. Like,
I love when people say that to me. You don't hit nobody up no more.
I'm like,
what's wrong with your hands?
Okay, like, if you want to talk, call me.
I'm like, it really don't. And most of the time, it really don't be nothing personal, man. Sometimes, I mean, it's good for people to have space. Sometimes, man, it take a few days, maybe even a week.
Yeah, man. Like, we all need that time to ourselves. However, you should not have that time for a long time.
And all you gotta do, if you wondering, all you gotta do is say, hey bro, or hey sis, I'm just checking on you. You good? All right, cool.
Exactly.
Now, I mean, I feel like if somebody texts me that, then I'm gonna respond. I don't care what I'm doing. I'm gonna respond.
Yeah.
And if I don't respond, then something's wrong. Then, because like now, I'm at that point where something's going on.
Yeah.
Because I can't even respond to a quick message like that. Yeah, man, you all gotta be like, yeah, man, I'm good. I'm just sorting some things out, man.
Yeah.
I'll be all right. I'll get with you later on.
Oh yeah, man, you have to, because you will drive yourself crazy. If you're in that mode where like, oh snap, so we're not friends no more. Like, you can create so many different scenarios in your head that never even happen.
And that's what and that's just like that kind of ties back in what your friend Angel was talking about. Having your own identity outside of other people.
Yeah, you have to, like, you can't live based off someone. And I know there's a lot of people who are used to calling someone every day, or having contact with someone every day, that you have to have those times where where you're apart, where you're doing your own thing, because you will like create your own identity in that person. Like, oh snap, they haven't talked to me, something's wrong. No, you have to live your life always, because if you don't, you will be linked to that person forever. Because if they die or something bad were to happen to them, then you'll be distraught. Like, you probably won't want to, live a regular life because they're not there. I think even at a deeper level, for years I've not, let myself get attached to too many people, because man, I know family members that have died and I wasn't sad. Like, I don't even know why, but it's like I'm still working on it and figuring out why that is. But I feel like sometimes I do space myself off so I don't get those feelings. But I'm learning now that you're supposed to have those feelings. If you're angry about something, it's good to express that anger in a good way. What's it called? In a proactive way, like a good way that doesn't affect others. Like, we're supposed to have these emotions in us.
Healthy emotions.
Yeah, that's it. In a healthy way.
Kind of reminds me of that movie Equilibrium, however you want to say it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a movie. It's based off in a future where the world went through World War III,
mm-hmm.
and they knew it couldn't survive a fourth one, so someone decided to make a drug that basically killed off all human emotion.
Oh wow!
So anyone who was trying to buck the system, they had something for them. It was these guys they called tetragrammatons. They was basically like martial arts with guns, like knocking folks off that didn't want to get with the program, who still wanted to have their own emotions. I mean, basically, the world had become full of
robots,
human robots. I mean, basically, because they were like Terminators. They were completely emotionless.
Dang.
Like, the main character, his wife decided to stop taking her meds, and the authorities found out, and he watched his own wife get incinerated, and he didn't even shed a tear.
Dang.
That's how emotionless these people were.
Golly, man. Shoot.
That's not healthy
at all.
That's not living.
Mm-mm.
So I mean, it's always good to express your emotions in a healthy way. You got to find a healthy way.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't feel like you can, you need to, I would say, seek help.
Yeah,
it's good to seek help on these things, because you definitely want to deal with all emotions. Like, if it's whether it's a breakup or you lost you don't go. If it's a breakup, don't go trying to bust windows out of folks' cars, man. That's not healthy.
No,
that's toxic.
Very.
If you lost your grandma or whatever it is, it's always healthy to process those emotions and experience them. You gotta experience them. Don't try and push them down, because that could create health issues.
Oh yeah. But yeah, it's always good to express those feelings to others. And we're talking about insecurities. I know that when talking about insecurities, you really have to, it always starts, like we said, in your mind. How you think is a big way of, how you feel about yourself. And even your environment, man. Some people may feel in a spot where, they feel like they can't get to a better spot because, one, they don't deserve it. And I'm like, no, we have to defeat that mindset within ourselves. They feel inadequate as a person. And that's been really rampant. That's why you see a lot of hood dudes just out here doing whatever, because they feel like it can't get no better than this. So
there ain't nothing beyond these streets for me.
Yeah.
And that's like the biggest lie a person could tell them.
Oh yeah, man. Shoot.
Bro, you can do more.
Way more.
If you listening to this podcast right now, and you could have 3 kids, and just, you might feel like whatever however you living right now, you might feel like, this is about as good as it's gonna get for me.
Yeah.
That's a lie.
Dead lie.
If you want more, you can get more. You want to do better for yourself. You gotta have the mindset to want to do better for yourself.
Yeah, because it takes work. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy, but we're saying it's possible. If you get into that grind mode and do what you need to do, there's so many ideas inside of us that we never pursue because of our insecurities.
Out of fear.
We care what people think so much that we kill our own dreams. That we say, well, we stay in a comfortable position. And one thing I'm learning is to get into uncomfortable situations. Not as far as, put myself in a situation where I'm just doing stupid stuff, but putting myself in situations where I need to grow. I've talked about in the earlier podcast how I've been wanting to, try to be in public situations where no one's there. Where I'm at an event or something like that, and I'm able to, just communicate with different people without having anyone there. That was one of my biggest things growing up. I really didn't know how to communicate with strangers too well. And, just in those different things like that, you got to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation where you don't know anyone. And, that's where you'll grow. Like, you can meet people, you can grow in a whole bunch of stuff, and you never know what will come of it. So, I encourage y'all to look into your insecurities. Write a list. And if you don't like something about yourself, write it down. And ask yourself why. Because if you really get down to it, it's really a stupid reason. Like, because someone else said it, that's very dumb. Like, like, seriously, like, write it down and deep dive into that thing and see, why don't I like myself because of this? And some of them are good to get rid of. We all have those ailments that we don't like, and some of them are bad habits that we have. Write them down and just start conquering. Look up ways to beat that thing. Communicate with others who are knowledgeable about it, because you can defeat it. Because you just have to have that willpower within yourself. Trust God with your process in it. Let yourself know that this won't happen overnight. Just stay consistent in whatever you're trying to grow in, whatever you're trying to defeat, whether you're trying to get healthier or whatever goal you have that you want to beat this insecurity. Just keep consistent with it, because it will eventually die. But yeah, man,
definitely gotta seek out the root.
Oh yeah, man.
It's the root of all your insecurities. Each one. I mean, because a lot of the insecurities, like we said earlier at the beginning, it starts off as a child. Because maybe the child didn't have both parents.
Yeah.
So the insecurity is rooted through lack of love.
Yeah.
Lack of affirmation, as we were saying earlier. The daughter didn't get that love from her father because he was absent. He wasn't there to tell her that she is somebody, that she is loved, that she is beautiful. Yeah. And he wasn't there to tell his son that you are and bright young man, you are going to do great things in this world. And then all the weight is like left on the mom. Yeah. And then there are times when neither one of them is there. Yeah. And then there's even times when the mother ain't there and the father's just there. He might. Yeah. I mean, and there's so many different things, but as we get older, we have to take it upon ourselves to overcome. We have to overcome all of these insecurities. Not just for our own lives, but for especially if you get married and you have children of your own. It's important that we overcome it for our children, because we don't want to pass those things on to them. Yeah. And we don't want to pass on, we want to overcome that before we have children. Yeah. We don't want to project those type of things on them. No. Setting them up for failure when they come along. Yeah. And when it comes to children, I'm learning that you have to learn how to love each child individually. Even kids, they have different love languages. So each one,
you have to treat differently in how you love them. I'm not saying that you love one more than the other, but I'm saying in how you love them. One, may like to be loved one way, and the other may be like to love another way. Because you can grow up thinking you showed them adequate love, but they can be like, she ain't love me at all, or he ain't love me at all, because you weren't catering to their love styles. And it's important to learn your children, learn what they love to do, learn their attitudes, learn all their quirks, let them know that you're there for them, have their back. That way, when they do get older, that they can come to you and be like, thank you for being in my life, for being a good, positive impact in my life. But yeah, you have to learn how to love your kids as well, because they're gonna have some insecurities, and 9 times out of 10, they're probably not gonna come to you with them. That's why it's always good to check in with your kids, because there's a lot that goes on there that parents don't even know. There's a lot that my parents don't know to this day. But everyone goes through that type of thing. So stay involved with your kids' life as well, because they may be insecure about certain things, especially during this pandemic. Because you might not even notice it, but your kids may be worrying too as well. Mm-hmm. Like they haven't seen their friends for a while. They they in the house. And I know for a lot of kids that is like torture. But check on them, see how they're really doing. Sit them down, like, hey, how are you dealing with this? And just talk to them. Build up their faith in these moments. Because you can teach them about Christ. I know a lot of people, they like to drop people off at church, but now's the time to really get it into them. Like, this is what I believe in. Introduce them to the way. But,
now, of course, we can't talk about insecurities and talk about overcoming insecurities without talking about something, without making it personal. Mm-hmm. So, bruh, what is an insecurity that you dealt with over time and have over time overcame?
I guess public speaking. I could not get in front of a crowd and speak. Like, that was one of my biggest fears of all time.
Yeah, I can definitely
attest
to that one.
And it's weird because I could be in like a choir or something and sing, but if I'm up there by myself, it's like, nope. And one of the things that helped me is my public speaking class, because it really gave me methods of how to, I guess, distract myself into like targeting, a certain person or targeting a certain area. And it really made me more comfortable of just speaking in front of a crowd. I even now at my job, I teach classes, I teach workshops, and I feel like I could flow even more because of my public speaking classes, and just learning how to communicate with others. Even like at my job, communicating with strangers, like that's helped me a lot. Dealing with different personalities every day, like come across some craziness, like even dealing with conflict. It's taught me a lot to deal with people in public situations. So I'm thankful for learning how to speak in public. So what about you, Brad?
Public speaking is definitely one, but I think the biggest one that I've had to deal with is my musical journey. Start like a lot of musicians, you start in church as probably drums. Most little boys love drums, and that was where I started with drums. And church I was going to at the time, it was trash for this, but I mean, like, they really like killed my, like, it seemed like almost every chance they got for a while was like killing my drive to want to be a musician, man. And like they was like one of the churches, they'll kick you off in a heartbeat.
Oh wow.
So like what that did for me was creating insecurity, you know, to want to play in front of people, and also somewhat of a like animosity, man. Like I don't want to play for y'all no more.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, y'all don't appreciate nothing, man.
Yeah, I feel you, man.
You know, I'm not appreciated. Like y'all, it's like, so like what it did over time. I mean, and it even spanned later on in life. Like I remember one time I was going to perform a song at this talent show, man, and I froze up on stage, man. Like what happened was I was supposed to perform with a friend. He was but the night before he calls me, he's like, yo, I gotta go. We're going to see my brother in prison, man. So I ain't gonna be able to make it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this dude,
man.
So I called, you know, and it's you know what I learned from that now is like it pays to be prepared, you know, because had I been prepared, I would have had another song just in case.
Yeah.
But I wasn't prepared.
Yeah.
So I tried to write something that night. I did write something, but I wasn't ready to perform it.
Oof. Yeah.
And so I had another buddy of mine. He on stage, you know, hyped me up. He got the crowd clapping. I think I might have spit. I didn't even spit a bar, bro.
Dang.
Like I was like, yo, boy, I froze. Like,
man.
Boy, I think after one or two bars of the beat playing, I was like, dang, bro, I can't do this, man. I just walked off. Left bro out there looking crazy. And then people at the talent show, after the talent show, they was making fun of me and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Like it was like I've dealt with years of like different instances and occasions of just like what is it? Just what's the word I'm looking for? Not ego. That's not what I'm looking for. Confidence killers.
Yeah.
Like killing my confidence in myself as a musician.
Yeah.
Like building insecurities. Building insecurities in myself as a musician. So what I was insecure in myself as a musician.
Yeah, I feel you, man.
You know, and that kind of like, even like that kind of like, for years, man, I dealt with that. But you know, I don't know, here recently, probably like the last few years, you know, through prayer and practice, I have found myself able to overcome. I'm willing to put stuff out there now, you know, because for a while I wasn't willing to put no music out there.
Yeah, I feel you, bro.
You know, I mean, so through prayer and practice, you know, dealing, and the Lord is one thing I will say that has been good for me moving to Valdosta is I have been able to, like, when I was in Waycross, man, like as far as musician was concerned, like I was like, there was no growth for me there at all. But since I've come to Valdosta, I've learned bass, I've learned guitar, I've learned piano. Yeah. So I mean, there's been a lot of growth for me here.
Yeah, man.
So I will say I am grateful to have lived here for that, you know. So I mean, I feel like it was definitely God definitely had a plan for me coming here, you know, to grow me.
Yeah, and I got a witness of that, bro. Like, you really have grown since the first time I met you. Like, between, like you were saying, you've grown in piano, grown in bass, even in mixing and recording, bro. You really, you know, put on a platform of your own, and like, it's inspiring in the fact that I've seen so many people come through, and like, they've given up on their dream, man. Me and you both witnessed it.
Yeah.
And you know, when you have that type of talent in you and you're consistent with it, it's inspiring, man. Like, you inspired me to get back into music. You know, because for a long time, you know, I used to rap and sing a little bit, and like I just put it down.
Give them a shout out one time, bro. What was the group name?
Yeah, we were Royal Aliens, man.
One time for Royal Aliens.
Oh yeah, man. But you know, you really inspired me to get back to writing, get back to doing music, on whether it's rapping or singing or, you know, just putting back, even in a video. Like, one of the reasons this podcast even exists is because your inspiration of wanting to grow in these type of areas. And I really appreciate you for that, man. You're a real inspiration and always keep me on my toes. I'm always like, hey, bro, you did this and that. And I'm like, no, but I'm going to get to it. but you keep me grounded and, consistent. And I'm very, very thankful for that, bro.
I appreciate you, bro. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, like, definitely, I can truly say that I am comfortable within myself as a musician. Mm-hmm. But I'm hungrier than ever.
Yes,
like
sir.
The drive is stronger than ever to grow as a musician.
Yeah.
And as an artist, like, well, my whole artist thing is the more like I want to be more like Quincy Jones now. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm gonna put out some music of my own, but I also want to have I want to write and produce for other people as well.
Be multifaceted,
or possibly make an album of my own with featuring different artists, like Secret Garden. Mm-hmm. Secret Garden.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna make my own Secret Garden.
Yes, sir, man.
I'm gonna call it Songs of Solomon.
Ooh. no.
It's gonna be fire.
I feel you, bro. Yeah, man. Keep on it, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna do this thing. Mm-hmm. But we talking about insecurities. We had to share, one of our own insecurities. And I've had other ones, but I think
all of us,
the biggest one, or at least one of the biggest ones, have definitely been music for me. Like, and in this day and time, like one thing you didn't have to worry about 10 years ago was having access to seeing so many other people doing the exact same thing you do. Yeah. Like Instagram has opened up a whole nother platform. I mean, like YouTube was bad about it. Yeah. But Instagram is the worst. Yeah. About it's nothing against Instagram. I mean, it's just like Instagram has opened up an even broader world of seeing people doing the exact same thing that you're doing, and it's like, golly.
And you know what? I've looked at that, and I've learned that even though it may be similar, it's not exactly the same.
True.
Because you may have a different message than everyone else. You may have a different mode of doing things. You may be doing the same thing. Even with this podcast, there's plenty of podcasts that have a style like ours, but there's no podcast like Parking Lot Parables.
Facts.
And we have to have that mindset in all things we do. Even when I work with my videography stuff, I have to be like, there's similar stuff, but there's none like us. But we're still working on this thing. And like we said, we're going to be working on some skits very soon.
Yeah, I know we've been saying that since literally. We've been saying that literally since the beginning.
Yeah, man.
Like, y'all pray for us, man. Yeah. We got the ideas, man. We just got to actually sit down and get it hash these things out and get to the record, man.
Yeah.
But we going to do this thing, man.
We in it to win it.
For sure. You got anything else, bro, about insecurities, bro?
No, man. I mean, pretty much with your insecurities, you can't be left with foolishness in your life.
Yeah, bro. Enough of the foolishness. But speaking of which, though, y'all know what time it is. It is Miss Me with the Foolishness. All right, so this one here, man, I was just glad to see these dudes one black.
Man. Woo.
Okay, so 2 men rob a convenience store wearing watermelon rinds as disguises.
Well, I'm a Andreas.
So these dudes took the time out to gut watermelons, and I'm actually impressed that they got the. This is ridiculous. They actually cut out the eyes. This is more Django stuff right here, man. Yeah. They cut out the eyes of the. They cut out 2 holes for eyes. And hold up, bro. You know what? Now that I'm looking at this picture, I don't see a hole for the nose.
So they were just out there
just breathing wet watermelon
with
juice.
Eye holes, like man.
So these dudes, like, they walking around with the watermelon like it's a helmet, so they can rob this grocery store.
Like, bro, you got to be some type of stupid.
And what's tripping me out is the dude in front, man, bro. Who he look like with that shirt on, bro?
He looked like Craig from
Exactly,
Friday.
bro. That's exactly who I was thinking about. I was like, this dude.
I know stealing boxes now.
They ain't catch me on film. What you was trying to do? Build a clubhouse?
He got this plaid shirt looking like Craig.
Bro, he looked just like Craig, man. That is crazy, man.
I
was like, where you from? The West Side?
Mm-hmm.
They from Virginia. Shout out to Virginia, man. What y'all got going on?
The fact that your head is big enough to fit inside a watermelon comfortably. It's like, bruh.
I ain't gonna lie. If I see two guys walking up with watermelons on their head, bro, I'm calling the police immediately. Because clearly these dudes are up to no good.
Man, just think of it. Like, you could have had roaches trying to get up in your thing, like flies. Like, what if that thing would have broke? Because watermelon ain't that strong.
It really ain't. Like, I mean, if you just stand up straight, take a watermelon, just throw it down, it's gonna blow.
Yeah,
like, it's
like if you bump into something, your helmet gone. Like, all it takes is for one hit, and
so it doesn't really say how they got the one dude. Like, I was reading it while you were talking earlier. Yeah. I didn't really see. He went down for 3 charges though. Let's see. His name was Justin Rogers. I just feel like Justin Rogers was the one in the Craig shirt.
I don't know. They saying the one in the Craig shirt was a little kid. I think it was like a little kid.
I mean, well, the 20-year-old got misdemeanor larceny of alcohol, misdemeanor possession of alcohol by an underage person, and felony prohibition of wearing a mask or covering in public. Yeah. So I don't know. I really don't know which one's which, to be honest. I mean, they both look like they about the same size. So, but I wonder whose IQ is higher. I think they both dummies. I mean, the fact that they took the time, to cut watermelons out is tripping me out. That's what's tripping me out. Like,
like I know you used to pick on people's head like it's the size of watermelon, but come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Man, I love watermelon, man.
Like, bruh, that would itch. Like, seriously, just, sometimes when you let that juice dry on you, that stuff get itch. Yeah. And you just got it all on your head.
Yeah, sweet, man. Ants flies about to tear you up.
Shoot, for days. Like man.
Watermelon headed.
But yeah, man, don't be out here with this foolishness right here.
Virginia, y'all must be trying to compete with Florida.
I'm getting there. Because that sound like some Florida stuff. I ain't gonna lie, I have been craving some watermelon, bruh.
Bro, I tell you now, who got some of the best watermelon I've ever tasted. There's a farmer's market in Cordell, Georgia.
Oh, yeah?
Like, bro, that was the best watermelon I've ever tasted.
Man.
I can't find nothing like that over Valdosta, bro.
Well, I don't buy it unless it's on the side of the road or a farmer's market.
Well, yeah, that's wise. But look at these two idiots, man. They not even following the 6-foot distance rule. Well, I can't talk because we ain't 6 feet apart from each other either. So, but we ain't stealing nothing. So
exactly, I'm like, man, this is foolishness.
So y'all heard it here first. Don't be out here eat the watermelon. Okay. Don't wear it. But y'all think about everything that's been said, man. Definitely look at yourself. Take a good unbiased look at yourself. Yeah. And look at those insecurities. I mean, you'll be surprised how much you can grow from just taking a very unbiased look at yourself and point out, hey, this is trash right here. I got to do better about this. Oh yeah. You'll be surprised how much you can grow from that.
Definitely.
And hit us up. If you want to talk about anything, you can always hit us up on the Parking Lots page, or you can hit me up. Matthew Priest on Facebook. Instagram is MattP2Real. Snapchat is Unprecedented MP. Same thing with Twitter.
Oh yeah, you can hit me up at the Chase Harder on all social media platforms.
Or if you want to be anonymous, you can hit us up at parkinglotparables@gmail.com. You know, if you haven't liked the YouTube and Facebook page, y'all go on ahead and like that up.
Oh yeah, follow
go on
us
to
on
subscribe.
Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Like, we on there.
Yeah, we all on and y'all hop on Instagram. Add us on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we can start adding more content. You know, y'all been quiet over there. Trying to add more content.
Oh yeah.
But y'all be safe out here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, y'all keep in mind, you know, take this time, you know. I know it seems like everything is opening back up, but let's be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna last, man. They're gonna end up shutting it down again.
Yeah, because cases have jumped, like we said, you know, high in just a couple of days. So, you know, be careful out there.
Yeah, if you're gonna go out amongst the people, just be mindful.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your sanitizer on you,
Yeah.
mask, and all this other good stuff. So y'all be safe.
Yes, sir.
Y'all know what it is. I am Matt P.
And I'm Jeremy Chase.
One time.
Yes, sir.